Welcome to Major Crime Updates. Today we start with the shocking murder of Anita Rose. A man with a history of violent assault has been sentenced to life in prison for the brutal murder of a dog walker in Suffolk. Roy Barkley, 56, received a minimum term of 25 years for the vicious and brutal attack on 57-year-old Anita Rose. Rose was found grievously wounded with her dog tied to her leg, an act eerily similar to an assault Barkley committed in 2015 on an 82-year-old man. At the time of Rose's murder, Barkley was wanted for breaching the terms of his early release from a 10-year prison sentence. After leaving Rose for dead, Barkley stole her personal belongings and lived off-grid for 2 years before being captured. Throughout the trial, Barkley showed no remorse and never offered a reason for the horrific violence. The judge described him as unpredictable and prone to dangerous outbursts at the slightest confrontation. In other news, 3 armed thugs have been jailed for a brutal 8-hour torture session over an unpaid drug debt. Liam Walmsley, Kingsley Doring, and Dylan Hogg abducted their victim and subjected him to a horrific assault with an axe and a wooden weapon. During the ordeal, the attackers even called the man's mother, demanding cash. Walmsley, 50, and Doring, 53, and Hogg, who was just 16 at the time, all pleaded guilty to false imprisonment. Walmsley was sentenced to 8 years and 2 months, Doring to 5 years and 4 months, and Hogg, now 18, was sentenced to 3 years and 3 months in a young offenders institution. The attack, which took place in Lee, was revealed during a sentencing hearing at Bolton Crown Court. Next, a Liverpool man known as Scouse Mo has been jailed after being arrested at a caravan park in North Wales. James Donoghue, 25, was a key figure in a County Lines drug operation, which ran under the names Scouse Mo and Scouse Ali. North Wales Police launched an investigation after a drug line, first active in Liverpool, began operating in Reel. Officers executed a warrant at a caravan park where they found Donoghue, along with drugs, cash, and multiple phones. A phone operated by Donoghue was used a staggering 40,000 times in just 3 months for drug dealing. Donoghue, who has a history of drug offences and was in breach of a suspended sentence, pleaded guilty to supplying crack and cocaine. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Next, 2 men have been jailed following a reckless shootout in Oldham that left bullet holes in cars and terrorised a neighbourhood. In November of 2024, Anton Grant and Daniel Eastman engaged in a violent exchange of gunfire with a second group on electric bikes. According to police, the incident began when Grant opened fire on the men on the bikes. Eastman and Grant then pursued them in a blue Audi, leading to a second, more intense exchange of fire. Neighbourhood CCTV captured at least 15 shots ringing out. Both Grant and Eastman have been sentenced to 14 years and 5 months in prison for possession of a firearm and ammunition with intent to endanger life. The other suspects involved are still at large. Detective Inspector Rick Castley described the incident as reckless and said it could easily have resulted in tragic consequences for families and residents. A man has been jailed for the murder of his housemate in Birmingham. Mohammed Ibrahim was sentenced to 16 years and 8 months in prison for the murder of Morteza Ajdani. On February 1, 2025, police responded to a 999 call and found the 60-year-old victim with a single stab wound. Ibrahim, who was also at the scene, tried to claim the victim had stabbed himself. However, a detailed investigation revealed the truth. CCTV footage showed Ibrahim confronting Mr. Plague Ajdani in the kitchen and then arming himself with a knife just before the murder. He was charged with murder and later pleaded guilty, bringing an end to the case. Thanks for watching.